Often I get the question from people. People ask me, yo, what's up, Black Barbershop? What applications or what apps do you have on your iPhone or iOS 6 device, such as my iPad? What applications or apps do you have on your device that really kind of make it happen for you? The ones that are always your go-to applications. So I wanted to go through some that I had that are really game stoppers for me. And the very first one, I basically set my iPad up to my level of importance with the particular apps that I have. So as you can see, I have the TiVo app, which is, it's the greatest app of all time. I don't care about DirecTV, Comcast, Icons, Infinity, or whatever. The TiVo app is the greatest app of all times, and I'll come back to that in a later episode. I also have Google Plus, and the Google Plus bandwagon is really starting to pick up, and that's a good thing for everybody that uses Google devices. And of course, Facebook. Facebook is most important nowadays to keep up with our friends and and everybody else that's out there. And as you can see, there are a lot of things that I have under Facebook. So going back to the home screen, I also have Flipboard. Flipboard is a news agitator or aggregator that basically goes out, looks at the particular news that I like, or any type of updates, highlights from all of my RSS feeds, such as Twitter, Facebook, celebrity pages and technology updates, etc. So Flipboard, got to have that one. Twitter, of course, everybody knows Twitter and loves Twitter. I actually have USA Today as my news on the front page here, but actually the most important app that I have in when it comes to news is the New York Times. The New York Times app is phenomenal. I live in the Washington, D.C. metro region, but the New York Times paper has got to be the best paper in the United States, in my opinion. I mean, it has such profound writing on different topic matters that it does not just have a lot to do with New York and New York City. It has a lot to do with worldwide issues. And then even when they get into their arts and opinion and humanities, it's still a great app to use. All right, so that's in my newsstand. Squarespace is what I use to build my website. The next page, page 2, Spotify. Now, people are really starting to kind of sleep on or go to sleep on a lot of the things that they've used in the past and listen to music, such as Pandora and what else, RDO or radio, whatnot. Spotify reigns and holds supreme. Let me tell you, Spotify is the greatest. And if you look at Spotify, Spotify allows for you to have all of your music in one place, also to stream your music into one place, and then to save the music into one place. For example, the new album from Daft Punk just came out. A great album, by the way. I didn't buy it on iTunes. I basically went to Spotify and I listed them as an artist. And of course, Spotify came back with the entire album. So this is the Daft Punk album. And if you don't know anything about Daft Punk, just, great music. If you like that kind of funk, techno, hip house type of beat. All right, so I'm going to stop that there before we go too far into that and start promoting Daft Punk. Zeit, another news aggregator that takes my top preferences and puts them out in categories. So as you can see, I have everything from iPhone apps, Google apps, iPad, gadgets, iOS 6, Apple. It goes on and on from TiVo down to sports. So for example, if I click on sports, it says, Rutgers has a problem with lying and alleged abusive AD. Wow, that's probably nothing new. I tell you, Rutgers is going through some serious issues. Anyway, as you can see, sports, and more sports. It just gives me highlights on what's going on. And this is also how I keep up with technology, too. So, for example, if I wanted to know what the latest the latest iOS app that comes out, iPhone app, even though I don't have an iPhone, if I click on, let me go back. Let's go back here. iPad. And now I can find out what's new and usable for the iPad. Okay. So another one, let's see, Evernote. Now, Evernote, you got to know about Evernote. If you've heard of Evernote, if you ever thought about getting a note user, Evernote is the way to go. I mean, there's really nothing else to say about Evernote. You have to really know what you're doing and what you want out of your note-taking apps. TuneIn Radio is a good one. Watch ESPN is a good one. Netflix is always there. HBO To Go is a great one. Fandango for those moviegoers and people that like to look up movies. Instagram, you know, the typical. This is page 3. NPR. Let's see what else I have. Here's a new game for you Words with Friends people that have kind of lost their way with Words with Friends. Letterpress is actually a good one. And then this particular app is actually my job. This is the CFR reference Title 48, and it has a lot to do with government contracting. So, you know, I even keep work stuff up here. The Huffington Post, BuzzFeed is great when you want to see the latest and greatest of viral videos and things that are going viral out there, or even topic matters that may or may not apply to you. You know, 25 reasons you should not work out today. Yeah, let's click on that. Let's see what happens. 27 reasons. Wow. Number 1, because you might see that annoying couple who always works out together. Now that's funny. All day funny. Let's see. Getting random Facebook updates here. So when I go back, let's see here. Let's find. Oh, Yelp. Can't go to a restaurant without leaving my opinion. I'm not going to leave it in the comments box for it to get thrown out. So what do? You go on the website. Yelp. Yelp. And you leave your feedback accordingly to places you've been. The last restaurant I went to was 701 Pennsylvania Avenue, and I believe I gave them a pretty good rating. So 701, you got my sponsorship through Yelp. Next page. Yeah, this is my last page. This is all the kind of fun page. Kindle, Amazon, Diptych, which is how I manipulate pictures and put them into group collages. So if you ever see those before and after pictures, or people that like to put 2 people side by side on something, well, there it is. I'm going to do one for a guy named Lamar Wilson, because I swear my niece, if I ever wanted to say Lamar Wilson was my niece's father, which he's not, I would certainly, I'm going to do a side by side, letting you guys know that, because you'll see that they actually favor. I made a face, my media folder for things that I like to keep private. I also have Plants and Zombies, You Don't Know Jack, a DJ spinner, which is great for my youngest son who wants to be a DJ, I'm sure, in the future. The Weather Channel, and Megapopolis, which is a kind of SimCity-esque game, almost one of those Facebook games, but it's a community game based. It's pretty good. I like it so far. And then, of course, crosswords, because, you know, the older I get, the sharper I want to stay. So with that being said, I play a lot of crosswords, make sure I remember those words. So that's it. Those are the things that are on my iOS 6 device. This one happens to be my iPod. Anything else? Oh, I got a new mailbox app called Mailbox that keeps my email in one place and kind of nice and put together there. But you know, it's an email app. Google. Oh, let me show you this though. I love this for my iOS 6 device. Google Now. Google Now is, I don't even know how to explain it. It's the greatest person. I mean, you put in a search, it knows that you're looking for it. It'll give you the scores for games, because I've asked Google before, what's the score of the Nationals game, and now it knows to keep me involved with the Nationals. It also knows to keep me involved with the Yanks. So the Phillies played the Nationals last night, and the Nationals lost. And it goes on and on. The weather, the stock report for the day. Let's see what else I have. If you click on there, it tells you how long it's going to take you to get from place to place. I mean, this is awesome, just awesome. And I'm continuously getting Facebook updates, just awesome. And it goes on and on and on. It tells me if I'm going to be late for the train, how long it's going to take me to get to my job. Tell me how far it takes to go pick up my youngest son. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. It gives me how long it takes to get to one of my favorite restaurants. Oh, it's phenomenal. So that's Google Now. Oops. And Google Now also comes with the voice search. And this is another reason why I'm starting to love Google more than you would ever know. Because the Siri model that Microsoft came out with, or I'm sorry, with the Apple came out with, just doesn't do it for me. But man, take a look at this. Watch this. Who is Chuck Nevitt?
According to Wikipedia, Charles Goodrich, Chuck Nevitt is a retired American professional basketball player, known primarily for his great height.
I mean, can you beat that? And for all my friends from North Carolina, you know who Chuck Nevitt is. Now watch what happens when I ask Siri the same question, all right? Who is Chuck Nevitt?
Let me check on that. Okay, Roderick, here you go.
It's not. Okay, all right. Well, thanks for the information that you know I could pretty much go out and read. But when someone tells me about Chuck Nevitt, that is great. Anyway, so that's the stuff that I keep on my desktop. I'll dig deeper into some of these apps later on for you guys. Send me a link or send me some information down below to let me know what you guys think. Let me guys want any type of questions you may or may not want answered. Send it to me if you want to find out more about a particular app that you see, Team Stream or Tune In, or just ask my opinion on how I think this particular app is making their lives worse or better. Just send me anything and I'll answer to you. All right, that's Rod from theblackbarbershop.net, where conversation is key and necessary, and I am out.